Yeah, it's that time again. We are back to Buckhorn, to the Cody Inn for Chinese food. But while I'm here, I'm going to take a walk over to the lock because I see a boat tied up there, which is kind of unusual for this time of year. So let's go check it out. Yeah, so I came down here just to check it out. I apologize if there's wind noise, and no, I didn't bring my extra mic with me. Again, I apologize. But I just want to come down here and look at it because there is a boat tied up next to the lock wall. He's not going anywhere. This is as far as he can go coming this way because there is a lock right there. Lock 31. A Buckhorn, and I know that for a fact because I'm looking at the sign. Actually, you're looking at the sign now. So when I say the season is over for locking through, the Trent Severn Waterway is shut down, and what I mean by that is the navigation season is over. So that means that people like this who have a boat that are out on the water can travel to any of the locks that they can get to before it starts to freeze, that is. But the locks themselves are no longer operating until next May long weekend. So I guess those folks are just taking advantage of a nice sunny day. It's not as cold as they had predicted. Windy, yeah, but there's a couple of restaurants here as well. So beyond the Cody Inn, there's a couple of restaurants right over there. Yeah, like I say, it's a nice day, so it's not going to be too cold out in the water. It'll be cool, but I'm sure everybody has a light jacket on. And yeah, take advantage of the last vestiges of the boating season. Of course, our boating season, the vestiges, our vestiges ended back in June when we sold Boogaboo. But that's okay. We're doing all right, my friends. We're doing okay, folks. Still, no new boat on the horizon. Still not even really looking. I've been keeping myself busy, as you guys know, making my really long-winded videos talking about diesel power and, you know, all the other crap that I bring up. So I hope you guys have been enjoying those. They seem to be performing well insofar as the views, getting tons and tons of comments, which I really enjoy. Even the people that keep telling me I still have to get a diesel boat. But it's fun to talk to you guys, and I actually always look forward to see the new comments and do my best. I try to do my best to get back to each and every one of you, and as succinctly as I could. But yeah, so no boat on the horizon. Like I say, we're not even looking. Only October, so we'll see what happens over the winter. But yes, I will still be coming to you guys with lots more videos. As I am filming this, back at home on my desktop computer, there's actually a video that is rendering. It will have gone live by the time you see this one. And what am I talking about there? What am I going on and on about on that video? That video is talking about saltwater boats and what to look for if you're looking at a used boat, and what to look out for on a saltwater boat or a boat that was potentially in saltwater, and the issues that you may or may not have. So if you haven't seen that video, take a look at it. Fair warning, it's a long one. I think that wound up at like 23 minutes or something. Oh man. But anyways, that's okay, or not, whatever. It is what it is. But as you guys know, I always have a lot to say about everything. Yeah, and we'll take from there, because again, there's quite a few more things that I want to talk to you guys about and share with you. And again, looking forward to your comments, as I always do. So here we are back at the aforementioned Lock 31 in Buckhorn. And as you can see from here on in, if one is heading that way, you're heading downstream. And this route will take you downstream all the way to Lake Ontario if you want to. But if you're a boater and you're ever in the area, this is the part of Ontario known as the Kawarthas, and it is very beautiful. If you have a chance, if you don't have a chance to go here by boat, take a look at my videos. Where's that noise coming from, Paul? Mister, your lock is leaking. Yes, this might be echoey because I'm under the road bridge, but I'm just coming down to the bottom side of the lock here at Buckhorn just to show you what it's like. and just look around, because it is a pretty day. And as what I was saying, that if you ever have a chance to come this way by boat, I would encourage you to do so, because if you're here, you might as well, right? But what I'm saying is it's really, really pretty through here. Well, the whole entire Trans-Severn Waterway is pretty in my books, but it is particularly pretty through here. And again, what am I looking for? That's right, goose shit. There's goose shit everywhere, so I'm not going to go any farther along here. Once you head that way, you guys should know, if you're watching any of my videos over the last few years, you'll know that this will take one down through, this is Lower Buckhorn Lake, which will take us to Lovesick, a really pretty spot, Burley Falls, and then over to Young's Point, and our good friend Keith's place over at Island View Marina. Now, for any of you guys who are maybe on Instagram, if you are on Instagram, hopefully you'll have a chance to follow me, follow my account, because like I say, I post there every day. And yes, despite the fact that we're not boating, and I know a lot of people have problems with this on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, but unfortunately a lot of people assume that whatever they're seeing that is posted that day happened that day. And you know, I never post in real time. It's extremely rare. I think I've done one, maybe two live videos in all the years, which I still want to get back into, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I don't post in real time. So what you see on Instagram is in the past, and sometimes way in the past, sometimes 15, 20 years ago. But it's all good boating content, pretty pictures, short video clips, so I hope you get a chance to look at that. So if you are on Instagram and you follow me, check out Island View Resorts feed as well, because Keith posts many days beautiful sunrises in the morning, because where they are, the sun, you know, rises in the east, and where they're located, he's looking straight across there. So some mornings are really pretty. But not only that, Keith has a pet. His pet is named Peanut, and Peanut is a squirrel. So he posts a lot of videos of that squirrel coming up and eating stuff out of his pocket and everything. So it's funny, and it's cute, because we have a cat that I think still to this day is half squirrel. I think his mother was a cat and his father was a squirrel, because just because he's so small, he's so squirrely, and there's nothing to him. Okay, I just wandered down. I'm gonna come closer to the bottom of the lock area here. This is, like I said, Lower Buckhorn Lake. Yeah, so the first time that we ever traveled this far was with our second Sea Ray, our 268 Sundancer, and we came to this spot right here. I'm going to show you. It is called Sunrise Resort, or at least it was back then, because that was 2004, I believe. So yeah, 21 years ago. And it was so much fun. It was such an adventure, because we had never traveled that far by boat ever. And to come here and to arrive here and to get here, and we spent, I think, 2 nights. And the reason that we stayed here is because that boat didn't have a generator, and so everywhere we traveled with that boat, we had to get shore power. So we came here, we spent a couple nights here, but the first full day that we were here, I left from this spot and I traveled that way. Well, we went as far as Burley Falls, which is the next locks. But again, that was like, yay, we made it this far. So exciting, such an adventure. Wow. But anyways, yeah, so we had a good time, enjoyable stay here. The only thing I remember was the dock that we tied to was a floating dock. So when we first stepped off the boat, especially anchor go, it was like, whoa, almost fell in the water. Now, as I believe I was mentioning, this faces east, and when I mentioned that Keith's place at Young's Point at Island View, he faces east as well. Since the sun rises there, that's why this is known as Sunrise Resort. Ironically, the year before, our first adventure out onto the Trans-Severn Waterway by boat, the first place we stayed was the Sunset Cove, because that faced west, and we got some nice sunsets there. So yeah, this is the place. This is the joint. Sunrise Resort. I remember at the time there was a Dutchman who owned it, and I kept getting his name wrong and calling him the wrong thing. So My apologies. It became a bit of a joke at the time. Well, it was for me anyways. Now, given the fact that that was 21 years ago, maybe my view has been skewed over the years, but I know for a fact that this road wasn't as noisy back then as it is now. You can hear the traffic. And this is Saturday, a fall day, so there's not a lot of traffic on the road. Anchor Girl even mentioned that. Not as much traffic as we have become used to over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, this area of the country has grown exponentially, people-wise, population-wise. So there's so many more people on the roads, everywhere, on the water. And good thing or bad, I don't know. I guess good for the country to grow, but bad for me insofar as, yeah, the world's changing. Too many people in my books. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about, look at how gorgeous this is. Look at how beautiful this is. So again, if you ever have a chance to get here by boat, I would highly recommend it. But make sure you're taking the spot of another boater so there's not extra boats on the water. Yeah, spots like this can be crazy busy on the weekends, especially where we are, where this is located is in the Kawarthas, which is the heart of cottage country in Ontario. And so there's lots of not only cruiser boats that are going through here, but local boaters from the cottages. And you know what? I might even share with you a little video clip of us going through that spot right there. It's called the Buckhorn Narrows. It's tight rocks, well marked, beautiful spot. And yeah, I know I'm going to be cursing myself because I'm overselling these areas, and I know I'm encouraging a lot of people to come and see it, but that's what it's all about, the inspiration, right? Wow. Man, what a beautiful day. Oh, look at these trees, dude. I gotta show you this. Well, I just gotta say, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but coming to places like this, especially on a day like today, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I know I've shared that sentiment with you in the past, but doing something like this and capturing it and sharing with you, I just get lost. Honestly, I just get lost. I totally zone in to the whole feeling around here, and I hope you guys appreciate it. Not appreciate what I'm doing, but appreciate the beauty and how gorgeous this is. Love it, love it, love it. So I hope you enjoyed this little outing. I hope that the wind noise wasn't too bad for you. I hope I remember my remote mic next time. And that's it. I will see you in the next one. As always, looking forward to your comments, my friends. Hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, looking forward to doing it again. Cheers.